Hey everyone, I'm Greig and I'm at Creativation 2019 in Phoenix, United States. And I'm on our Darkroom Door Booth, and I just want to give you a quick booth tour to show you our newest products and some of our creative samples that our design team have made for our booth. So what we've got here is the rubber stamp sets. Now these are our stamp sets that have multiple images in the one set, and they're sold in a DVD storage case. So you've got numerous images in the one set. So we've got our 4 new releases or 4 new stamp sets down here. We've got the tall flowers, the bottles, and you can see some creative samples down here as well on how you can use them together. We've also got the Classic Cars Volume 2, and that's one of our creative samples. And then we've got the Portrait Inchies, which is a fun little take on our Inchies series. So this one here just has lots of different faces on there, so you can use this as a whole, one sort of sheet here, or you can stamp it out so you can use it in strips or squares, or there's just a number of different ways you can use that. So that's our new rubber stamp sets. And then we've got background stamps, and background stamps are large enough to cover an entire card front in the one go, so that just makes it really easy to make stamped backgrounds. We've got a couple of creative samples here using the different types of background stamps. One of our new ones here is the pinstripes, and this one here shows you how you can create a nice little rainbow effect just using some embossing and then just colouring in between each of the pinstripes to create a rainbow background. Our other one's a Spanish tiles background, and this one here has just been embossed, and that just creates a really nice classic background as well. Now down here we've got our texture stamps. Now these are a smaller version to our backgrounds, and so they're just a smaller version so you can create sort of texture on your projects, or you can also use them here on some cards as focal points, so they create some really nice backgrounds there. And it's not a complete background. You can see here it's just stamped a couple of times, and then other ways, just depends on how you want to incorporate it into your card making, but you can also use it for art journaling and scrapbooking and any sort of other paper crafts. So up here now we've got our frame stamps. Now our frame stamps, we've got quite a lot of different designs in these ones. Our latest ones are the spiral notebook and the glass dome. And these ones are really great. Well, the spiral notebook's great for if you want to do some journaling inside of that, for your art journals. The glass dome, you can add, all sorts of things inside of there. You can do trees and foliage and make your own sort of little snow globes as well. And another new one here is the book spines, where you can add or write the books that you've read for the year. And then we've also got the pine leaves frame, which you can add your own little words inside of that as well. So there's a couple of creative samples here for that. Then we've got border stamps. Now these are a 12-inch stamp, so they're great for scrapbooking borders or art journal borders, anything that you need a long border for, or you can also use a shorter section of these to use for card making and other sort of shorter projects. So there's a couple of creative samples down there. You can see here these are this is using our new leaves border stamp. This is just stamped either side of this square card. And then we've got a hearts border stamp here, where I've just done an embossing resist on this card as well. So there's just a couple of different ways you can use the border stamps. And now we've got our stencils. And we've got some new large stencils here. We've got the dots, we've got the diamonds, we've got the carved flowers and the carved leaves. And they come in a 9x12 and also a 6x4 size. So it means you can use it for art journaling or card making or anything in between. They work really great on tags as well. And so here's a couple of creative samples here where you can see the carved flowers and the carved leaves. Okay, then next we've got our medium stencils. And these medium stencils they're based off our word block stamps. So they've got all the different words on there, which you can use as an entire background, like you can see down here, or you can just section out some different word, like some individual words. If you only want one word, you can also use that on your projects. So they're really, really versatile, and they've got tons of words on each stencil, so that makes it, fun to use, I guess. And then down the bottom here is some of our other smaller stencils, our shapes, that interact with some other stamps. So these ones here work well with some of our frame stamps. The next lot here go with some of our collage stamps, and then we've just got our basic shapes stencils, which have been really popular and can be used in a lot of different ways. And then next up we've got our sentiment stamps. Now we've got 4 new sentiment stamps for this release. So we've got the wedding, the anniversary, the friendship and sympathy. Now these can be used as a full strip like you can see here, or you can start to stamp them out and then just cut out certain different sentiments depending on what you need for your project. So here's a couple of different ideas, different samples to show you how they can be used. And then we've got the new film strip stamps. Now these are the same size as the sentiment stamps, and we've got the blank film strip. So that means you could use that and put your own images inside, or just use it as a blank film strip. But then we've got the others that we've done for you. So we've got the Paris, the flowers and the doors. And here's a really nice sample here that just shows you all the detail in these stamps and just how you can colour it in just using some markers, and you just get that really nice detail there in those stamps, and it just gives you a nice little arty, film strip feel. And then we've got photo stamps. Now photo stamps are, one of our signature lines here. They're just based off photographs that I've taken. So these are some of our portrait style photos, and then we've got our landscape style photos here, and you can see beautiful samples here made from our creative team, just showing you different ways that they can be inked up and used for your card making. Okay, then next up here we've got our collage stamps, and our collage stamps are similar size, or same size as the photo stamps, but they've just got a little bit more, things going on inside these designs. So they might have some text or some postmarks, depending on what we've got. Some shapes here. Now these are the shaped ones that work well with the stencils, or that go with the arty stencils that work with those. We've also got our new ones here, which is the timeless tulips, the jolly jonquils, the flower girl and the flower boy. And here's one of the samples here, just using the new timeless tulips, and I've just used a crayon resist technique for this one and just paired it up with the friendship sentiment stamp, and I just stamped out one of the sentiments and just stuck it onto those cards. So they're really nice new set of collage stamps, very versatile. Okay, then we've got our quote stamps, and these are just single quotes, and these can be used for card making again, but they're also really great for art journals. And we've got some new ones here. This one's called Time Machine, this one's 1,000 Miles, this one's Look for Stars, and then Days Count. And so there's a couple of new samples here down here where you can see how some of those new stamps can be used. And then last we've got here some eclectic stamps. Now these are just single image stamps, just in different themes. These are some of our most popular ones, and we've just got some nice little samples down there on how you can use them in your card making. So that's just a basic overview now of what we've got in our booth. If you are here at Creativation, we'd love for you to come and visit us. We're at booth number 738. All of our new stamps and stencils are available on our website, so that's darkroomdoor.com. So please visit us there. We'll also share lots of new ideas and hints and tips on our blog, which is also at darkroomdoor.com. So thanks so much for watching.